Welcome back. She is beauty, she is grace, and she has a servant's heart, which is so amazing. This weekend, the Miss Volunteer America pageant took place in Jackson, Tennessee, and joining us after she was newly crowned is 2025's Miss Volunteer America, Berkley Bryant.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
excited.
Well, I am really pumped about this type of pageant because it's different than others. Explain.
It is. So Miss Volunteer America, I'm actually only the third ever Miss Volunteer America to be crowned in Jackson, Tennessee. It's a Tennessee-based scholarship program, and it really does separate from other organizations because we are all about volunteerism. Volunteerism really is at the heart of this program, and it's also a scholarship organization. So I walked away with $50,000 in scholarships thanks to so many sponsors, Visit Jackson, Tennessee, City of Jackson, Allison and Jada Marcus, and so many others that have really brought this organization to light, and I'm so thankful to represent them throughout this year.
Okay, here we are. We're watching that moment. What was it like when they announced your name?
Oh my gosh, wow. Well, watching it back right now, I can safely say I did get emotional this morning watching the videos because there were so many emotions built up in that moment. I've been competing in pageantry since I was 13 years old, and so it's been a very, very long journey. I'm 23 years old now, and it's just a culmination of hard work and dedication, and I hope to inspire young women to believe in themselves and believe in their dreams and never give up.
Well, let's talk about that hard work because, again, you have to be volunteering, your volunteer initiative versus platform. I like this pageant, how they say it's, what is your volunteer initiative?
Yes.
So what's yours?
So SERVE is the motto of our organization. SERVE stands for Scholarship, Education, Responsibility, Volunteerism, and Empowerment. And so we have something called a SERVE initiative, and mine is Set the Pace for Inclusion. So I advocate for creating a culture of inclusion through the acceptance and celebration of differences. And I noticed early on that there were so many students that were excluded for who they were and bullied in the process, and they often were falling victim to peer pressure and bullying, like I said. And so I partnered with the DARE program in my state, so the Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program. So I worked alongside school resource officers, giving over 35 presentations throughout my year as Miss South Carolina volunteer. So I served in South Carolina for 10.5 months leading up to the competition, and so it was really an honor to bring the SERVE initiative to light and really make the most of what SERVE is all about.
How do you think that this type of pageant can make an impact on the younger generation? Because you're all about inclusion,
Right.
but I feel like this has a totally different focus.
It is, and I think that young women and young people in general can see that it's so much more than a crown, right? It's so much more than what you see on the stage. Yes, we compete in talent, in swimsuit and evening gown, but there's also so much that goes into it behind the scenes, and it's really the heart, like I said, of this organization. And I've been working towards this for most of my life now, and so one of the things that I hope to represent throughout this year is that at the end of the day, if we're serving other people, we're doing the most good. And one of the organizations that I'm so excited to represent and serve throughout this year is St. Jude Children's Research Hospitals.
You were here for the marathon.
Yes,
yeah.
I was. And Salvation Army is another one of our national partnerships that we're thrilled to have in the Miss Volunteer America program. And so as the national winner now, I did, like you said, I came to Nashville a few months ago and was able to participate and meet so many volunteers with like-minded hearts, and they all have this passion for making a difference. And I hope to represent that throughout this year and really drive home the impact of what Miss Volunteer America can do.
So amazing, and I know you're inspiring so many. You just get back so much when you give back.
You do.
What has been the most challenging in this journey?
Yes, so resilience is something that you gain through adversity, right? And so I actually have throughout this year faced so many different challenges, whether it's family or going through different appearances and traveling. It's not an easy year, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm prepared to be Miss Volunteer America because I've faced those adversities and overcome those. And I really do believe that it makes you stronger. And some of that resilience, I think, really does inspire young women to believe in themselves. And one of the things that I said in my onstage question, my question was about self-love. How do we inspire young women to continue to have self-love with social media being so prevalent in today's world. And one of the things I said was when I decided to compete for Miss South Carolina Volunteer, I had made a statement on social media that I think really explains the why behind competing in Miss Volunteer America. And I said, here's to being a trailblazer for the little girls out there that may need to be reminded that they're more than enough. And I can tell you that 13-year-old Berkley needed to know that she was enough. And I can't help but think that there's so many other young women just like her that need to hear that and know that they can achieve anything with hard work.
Young women, young men, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your story. I have the chills right now. You're so beautiful, and you're going to continue doing beautiful work. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
So excited.
Everyone, read more about the Miss Volunteer America pageant. It's amazing. And to see how it gives back, visit them online at missvolunteeramerica.net.